All right. So this is my presentation on adolescent psychology media analysis on Miles Morales. And yeah, character background. Miles Morales is an adolescent aged 13 to 14. He lives with his mother, Rhea Morales, and his father, Jeff Davis. Miles is an African American and Puerto Rican. This is a picture of him here. Developmental analysis. Emotional. Miles has a supportive figure in his Uncle Aaron. He goes to talk to him when he needs a break from the stresses of life. Miles also draws as a way of coping with his stress. In an early part of the film, he goes with his uncle Aaron to throw up some graffiti of one of his drawings on expectations because that's what's really stressing him out in the beginning of the movie. Whereas cognitive, his main motivation throughout the film is to live up to the expectations of being Spider-Man. This leads him to try and imitate Spider-Man throughout the course of the movie, even going so far as wearing a costume of his. For social, Miles has a good family who loves him, but his dad is a bit hard on him with his expectations because he doesn't want him to turn out like his uncle Aaron. Miles doesn't get why this is the case. He thinks that his uncle is a good guy, but his dad knows something that he does not. Behavioral. In trying to live to the mantle of Spider-Man, Miles wears a costume of his costume, like I said, because of all the footsteps of the original, but it never ends up working out for him. He has a habit of not being able to control his powers due to the trust he's getting them and trying to move too fast into a role that he's not ready for yet. He has too many expectations on him that stress him between his dad wanting him to go to Brooklyn Visions and him trying to get into this Spider-Man role. It's a lot on him. This is a picture of him wearing the old Spider-Man's costume. Can you see a little tag right here? For his psychological themes, his family conflict is Miles' dad, Jeff, is hard on him and has high expectations. With him wanting to go to, with his father wanting him to go to Brooklyn Visions and such. Miles feels that he can't talk to his dad because his dad is so hard on him and has those expectations. Jeff also doesn't want Miles to around his uncle Aaron, who is right here, because, like I said, he knows something about him that he doesn't. His well, Uncle Aaron used to be a thief and do things like that. So his father doesn't want that bad influence rubbing off on his son. Miles also has an anxiety slash fear reaction. He turns invisible when he's afraid. It's shown a couple times throughout the film. I think two, three times. So when he's anxious or when he's afraid, or I think one time when he felt like he didn't want it to disappear, he literally disappeared. He had trouble sticking to walls and ceilings when he's in tense situations. One of the times he turned afraid, it was after, like I said, all those expectations were placing him to kind of move faster than than he was ready to, but he wasn't able to. And we all wanted, disappear from the situation, which he did literally. So yeah. For lost, when his uncle Aaron dies, he feels like he lost his only support. And he has a strained relationship with his father, so he feels like he can't talk to him. The other Spider-Man say they understand what he's going through, but then they turn around and tell him that they don't believe in him. His uncle Aaron dies, and in his final words, he tells him that he's on his way, that he can do whatever he sets his mind to do. And then right after that, the other Spider-Man tell him that he can do it, that he's not ready. And it's not until Miles has a talk with his father, when his father reveals that the reason he's so hard on him is from a place of love, that he's finally he finally comes into his own. He realizes that his uncle Aaron wasn't the only support he had, that his dad is there for him too, even though he didn't always show it in the same way his uncle Aaron did. For his psychological development, identity, whole film, he struggles with figuring out who he is. He's looking up to a figure who is larger than life, aka Spider-Man, and he tries to imitate him throughout the film, but it doesn't work. He tries to go and jump off a building and leap to the other one, but he does try, but then he fails terribly. And he constantly has all these other spider people telling him how to do things, how to swing, how to climb and unstick, but it doesn't work out for him until he tries to do these things his own way. And like I said before, it's not until the end of the film when his dad tells him that he has faith in him that he figures out what to do. It's only hard on him because he has all these expectations, but he knows that his son can live up to those expectations because he had that faith and that love for his son. And it's only then at the end of the film when Miles decides to go in costume and he takes this leap of faith and he remembers everything that his dad, his uncle, and Peter said to him that he takes that leap and he comes into being his own Spider-Man. Finally, he does things his way, not the way that anyone else wants him to do. He swings the way he does. He traverses the city the way he does. He designed his own costume. He decided to stop following other people and do things his own way. This is the leap of faith. Pretty iconic scene. Would be surprised if you haven't seen it by now. And for media accuracy, I feel like it gets how sometimes expectations can feel suffocating. All parents' actions can come off one way to you, but that's not their intentions. I could be biased, but I'm not sure that much is oversimplified or inaccurate. I don't think there are any stereotypes or misconceptions, but like I said, that could be bias and we just not noticing. And I think that parents will be more likely to listen to their children and their struggles. How their expectations place stress on them and be more willing to, just listen to their child and their struggles. Uh,